we've got Bob Lauze from MEG, a company that does your utilities, right?
Telemetering and telecommunications and so on.
Telecommunications and utilities online, and she'll tell you more about it later. But he's got a very interesting topic today. You see change in the air in the business world and the economy, and so he's going to help us to kind of relate to the change and see opportunities. So Bob, would you like to?
Thank you. So should I be standing up or? Okay. Well, first of all, I want to thank Sida and Brian for inviting me to speak to you today. By the time I finish, you'll realize that I'm not a speaker. So bear with me, right? Because we don't all have to be professional at speaking, right? And I apologize for anybody that's here that's not part of this organization and they're hearing this. I have to apologize for that. So we are MA3 Global Solutions. So we deal with services that people use every day and cannot live without. So I'll get into that a little bit. But there's a changing economy now. So we can't have the same mindset in the changing economy because the way things are changing, technology and so on is advancing. So one of the things is that, like I said, before I do that, I want to read something to you. Robin Lee is a billionaire from China. He's a CEO of a company and the founder of a company called Baidu, which is the equivalent to Amazon. It's bigger in China than Amazon is in North America. Right? And what he says is the internet is just an appetizer, whereas AI, artificial intelligence, is the real entree. The latter is not part of the internet, not the second stage of the internet. It is a technological revolution comparable to the Industrial Revolution. And if that's right, what can we look at for the future if there's another industrial revolution happening with technology and AI? Another gentleman here says retailers are bracing for a fresh wave of store closings in 2018 that is expected to eclipse a rash of closings that rocked the industry last year. Landlords are panicking, said Larry Perkins, the CEO and founder of the advisory firm Sierra Constellation Partners. Last year was a pretty apocalyptic from a retail standpoint, and the macro issues haven't changed. There will continue to be a high degree of bankruptcies and store closures. So we witnessed it with Sears last year. Macy's, Toys R Us was declared bankruptcy. JCPenney closing stores. 2017, 9,000 closures and 50 chains filed for bankruptcy. And in 2018, that number is expected to jump to 12,000 closures, and over 25 major retailers are declaring bankruptcy in 2018. So that's what's happening out there right now that we need to be aware of because there's changes that need to be happening. So, I don't know if you can all see this, but how did we do business before? It was simple. We shopped, when I was growing up, we shopped from the corner store. We bought our clothing from the corner store. We went to the corner store hardware. And then all of a sudden, big factories were available, and then hundreds of people worked in factories for 40 years and retired. And they retired and enjoyed their retirement. So today, then the big malls came along, and it got pushed out the little corner stores, right? And the hardware store and so on. And now what's happening again is the shift is happening again now. So what they're saying is that the mall model that we're used to now for several decades is dead. It's changing. People are going back to the small stores because they can't afford to be in those big locations anymore. Because more and more people are shopping online. We experienced that a short while ago. We were looking for something. We went to a store, priced it out, and then went online and shopped online because it was less expensive. And shopping online last year surpassed in-store buying. So more and more people are using the internet. So what does that mean? It means that we need to adapt to the changes that are happening. and change. So, anybody know? Can you see these? Basically, it's who's heard of Uber before? Airbnb. Anybody? Anybody use Airbnb before? Yeah. Facebook? We talked about Facebook today, right? Instagram? How about Netflix and Alibaba? Okay, these companies did not exist 20 years ago. They were unheard of. The thought was probably not even there 20 years ago. But what happened is technology caught up to the idea. And once technology caught up to it, somebody came up with these ideas and they put it into effect, right? So what is out there now that we haven't thought of yet because technology hasn't caught up to it? So as technology increases and improves, other ideas are going to be, other things are going to be invented that we haven't even considered yet. Okay? So what does that do to our upcoming future children, for example? I know I'm going to quote Sida here. You coach at a college, right? And you have a blackboard behind you, which is the 19th century. And you're from the 20th century, teaching 21st century students. And what do you tell them? 3 to 5 years from now, that I'm teaching you today will be obsolete because it's moving so fast, right? So all these companies, like I said, did not exist 20 years ago. So what have we done? We've gone from a local market to a global market, right? Can you see all that? Now we've got Airbnb, Amazon, eBay. What else is on here? Alibaba. So these are all online companies. Now the companies the businesses that I showed you before, does Uber own any taxis? Does Airbnb own any hotel rooms? Does Facebook provide any content? Does Instagram sell any cameras? No, they don't own anything. They just make it available for us. So that's what's changing. So now we've gone into a global economy now. So we have to start thinking globally. So here's the reality of today. We have audio, video, webinar, and Facebook. My wife and I were on a webinar last night. The host was from Houston. We met people from Edmonton, from Austin, Texas. From McGregor, Manitoba, and other areas. So we're on this webinar listening to this speaker, and I'm in my pajamas at home. Well, the bottom was my pajamas, the top was the shirt. Well, we can do that nowadays, right? So teleworking and a one-person office is becoming more popular. More mobile outsourcing, both in manufacturing and in jobs, because you can outsource to other countries now, and increase your profit. More part-time jobs, more part-time hours are happening, and less benefits. So also the pension plan system is disappearing. People won't have pensions when they get to our age, or my age anyway. So what that means is because of the shift, it's raising up more entrepreneurs. More people have to now look at being in business for themselves to create that other residual income. Okay? So what this means is that this represents not just a shift in technology and fundamentals, but it's also a cultural shift. Employees expect more out of life, and employers want more profits. And that just makes total business sense, right? Who doesn't want to have more profits? So that brings the rise of the entrepreneur. So you've got on one corner here, you've got the traditional business couple. They buy a business like a restaurant or a bar or a restaurant like this, and they're expected to create a profit based on how many people are in their seats every day. right? And when I had my restaurant, that's what I depended on was my profit was based on how many people I could put in those seats every day. And not everybody came to my restaurant every day. So I needed a big base of clientele to fill my restaurant every day, right? So every business is like that. Over here, you've got a mother with a little baby on her lap working on a computer from home. And the other one is a mother with an older child who's copying what her mother's doing, which is running her business at home online. So is this Mr. Buffett? Yes. Mr. Warren Buffett, anybody know him? Yeah, one of the richest men in North America. He said, if you don't find a way to earn income while you're sleeping, you're going to work till you die. And that's the reality of things, right? So what are my options? What are your options? Plan B. So everybody needs a plan B that will create more income and revenue for themselves, which will take them well into their retirement. Okay? So an ideal plan B would be buying a franchise, buying bitcoins. I don't know, I wouldn't touch those myself, but some people will enjoy buying bitcoins, right? You can get a second job. Could be considered a plan B maybe. But everything is dependent on how well we can perform. So if we're not able to perform, if I'm sick and I can't go to work, there's no income coming in. So that's not necessarily a good plan B. So an ideal plan B would be something that does not interfere with your plan A. Minimal time investment. So it's not taking all your time. It's transferable and willable, so you can leave it to your children. You have full control of the global spread. Minimal risk financially. Possibility of constant growth, so you want it to be able to grow all the time, which means unlimited income potential. Resistant to the economic fluctuations. So regardless of what the economy does, your residual income is not affected, or very little. And it requires no additional skills. And it also creates a plan B, not a plan B, but a pension plan for yourself. Okay? Now, Mr. Warren Buffett said one of the best investments that he ever made was network marketing. He's bought at least 3 network marketing companies because he understands that it was a good investment for him. Okay? Another gentleman by the name of Stephen Covey. Anybody heard of Stephen Covey before? 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. What he said was network marketing, or I think network marketing has come of age. It's become undeniable that it's a viable way for entrepreneurship and independence for millions of people. Bill Gates, given another chance, he would start a network marketing company. So, network marketing, most people have a different perspective of that, but network marketing has created more millionaires than any other industry on the planet. For the reasons that I gave you earlier for the perfect or ideal plan B, right? So here's a few statistics. The NFL, last year, or actually in 2015, we generated $12 billion. Music industry, $15 billion. Movie industry, $38 billion. Organic food industry, $80 billion. Video game industry, $91 billion. Oh, that's climbing, isn't it? A lot of people are playing games online and so on. The direct selling industry, $183 billion in 2015. Now, of the others that I mentioned, how many of those gave back to the fans that went to the games? Probably 0. We were looking online for the Jets games yesterday, or a couple days ago, right? 2 tickets was like $260. So a family of 4 going to one Jets game, sitting in the nosebleeds, was $520. Just amazing, right? So network marketing industry in 2015 paid back $73 billion in commissions to independent business owners that could be a mother, could be a single mom, could be a young family starting out, they want to save for a house. It could be seniors that they want to pack their retirement. Maybe they haven't been able to save enough. Whatever it is for each individual is what it is. But the industry itself pays back, on an average, about $200 million a day in commissions, which is so very, very substantial. So network marketing is making an impact. So how do we choose the right industry for you? You know, we've got, there's lots of, you know, you've all heard of Mary Kay and Avon and Amway and USANA. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds of network marketing companies out there. And not every one of them is suitable for everybody, right? So you have to pick and choose the ones that are right for you. So, you know, some people might like the health industry, for example, or creams that would make you look younger, right? I don't want to be selling that stuff. You know, that's not me, right? But somebody else might. So there's, you can market lotions and potions from the rainforest and fuel additives and whatever that might be. So pick one that you enjoy, one that you can become passionate about, and you believe in it. You believe in that product or that service. So the industry that we've chosen at the MA3 Global Solutions, we've chosen an industry that provides internet, energy, banking, and security. So telecommunications. So these industries, these 4 industries that I just mentioned here, who heated their home this winter? And it's probably still doing it, right? Pretty much everybody. Does anybody have one of these, a cell phone? One of these? Yeah, everybody? This is an extension of your arm now. If you leave it at home, you go back and get it. You know that there's companies like Shaw, TELUS, and Bell, and Verizon, T-Mobile, they spend billions of dollars developing the technology for you and I to have one of these in our hand and pay for it every month. Every month, without fail, we're going to pay this bill. We're going to pay our energy bill. We're going to pay our internet bill. We're going to, you may not have security in your home, but when times get bad, if you've got stuff in your house and somebody else lost their stuff, they're going to come and get your stuff. Right? So that's just a little joke. But so home security is becoming very, very popular nowadays. So this is one of the reasons why we've chosen that is we provide services that people use every day and cannot live without. And we do it globally in 25 countries. So that's who we are right now. So regardless of what the economy is doing, these industries rarely experience a recession. So those are the companies, like I said, that we've chosen to deal with. So does anybody have any questions?